The Silent Language, Episode 9. First Steps Towards Healing, Staying, or Leaving. Welcome back to the final episode, The Silent Language. I'm Roger Warstone. You have successfully navigated the confrontation and compelled the truth into the light. This is not just a moment of sadness, it is a profound betrayal trauma. This is a biological and psychological shock where the person designated as your primary source of safety became the very source of your injury. We must understand the neurobiology of this state. Your brain has been flooded with stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline since the moment of discovery. This chemical flood locks you into a state of hyper-vigilance, mimicking the symptoms of post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Your pain is valid, real, and demands structured recovery. You are grieving the death of the partner you thought you knew, the death of your shared reality, and the future you had planned. The most exhausting battle right now is cognitive dissonance, the intense mental discomfort of holding two conflicting realities, the loving partner you trusted versus the deceitful betrayer. This internal war is physically draining. The first and most important realization is this: you are not responsible for their choice to violate your trust. The focus shifts entirely now from investigation to self stabilization. This episode is dedicated to the initial aftermath, the critical first 90 days following discovery. This period is for survival and boundary setting. It is not the time to make the final decision to stay or leave. Your only job right now is to stabilize your emotional state, establish non negotiable boundaries, and prioritize your own survival. Our focus rests on three core pillars: trauma stabilization, the mandatory no contact rule, and strategic decision making for the path forward. This next segment is the trauma stabilization and controlled information flow. Your body and brain are in crisis. The immediate goal is to establish a structure and reduce the chaotic chemical flooding. The immediate psychological challenge is managing the information addiction that accompanies betrayal. Your brain desperately seeks every detail: the what, where, and how. To create a complete picture, this process, often called the drill, is necessary for your trauma integration. But if uncontrolled, it becomes addictive, leading to re traumatization and obsessive questioning. Institute a strict 30-minute rule for engaging with the trauma. Allow yourself one structured limited period each day to journal, review necessary evidence, or ask your partner necessary questions. Outside of this window, the topic is closed. This provides your thinking brain the rest it needs to begin functioning rationally again. While you control the timing of the conversation, the unfaithful partner must commit to a full, non dribbled disclosure. They cannot trickle the truth out over weeks or months, and this guarantees continued trauma. They must tell the whole story once clearly without minimizing their actions so you can begin the work of integration. This disclosure should ideally be written down and reviewed by their individual therapist first to ensure it is complete and not overly graphic. The PIES framework for crisis recovery. To regain control, focus on the PIES model, a holistic framework for stabilization your health, right? P for the PIES model, physical health. Sleep is paramount. Trauma, sleep, deprivation are a toxic combination. If necessary, consult a doctor immediately about temporary non addictive sleep aids. Prioritize routine, eat regularly, nutrient dense meals, engage in gentle movement, single walks, light stretching to metabolize and release stored stress hormones. Avoid excessive use of alcohol or other substances which only mask the pain and prolong the recovery period. And I for I, intellectual health. Use intentional cognitive distraction, shifting your focus to complex, non emotional tasks, work, puzzle books, learning a new language. This gives your prefrontal cortex time to heal. Reread trusted sources and materials focusing on the objective facts rather than emotional narratives. And E, emotional health. Practice radical self compassion. Acknowledge the extreme emotions, rage, devastation, panic without judgment. Find a therapist specializing in betrayal trauma or infidelity recovery immediately. This is essential for developing the therapeutic tools like boundary settings and emotional regulations, which are needed to survive this crisis. Your therapy serves as your neutral sounding board, validating your pain and guiding your response. And finally, S, spiritual health. Reconnect with anything that gives you purpose and a sense of enduring peace outside of your partner. Meditation, faith, nature, or core personal values. This builds your internal scaffolding, reaffirming that your identity is secure and independent of the marriage's current status. And now start managing the impact on children. If you have children, your top priority is their ability and emotional safety. You must shield them from the crisis. Do not use them as a confidant, messengers, or sources of information. They should not witness the emotional volatility. If separation or divorce is certain, you and your partner must agree on a simple, unified, non blaming narrative to share with the children. Mommy and daddy are going to live in separate houses, but we both love you very much, and that will never change. Consult a child psychologist or family therapist to guide this difficult conversation based on children's age and developmental stage. Never reveal the details of the affair to them. That is information they do not need and cannot process. This segment is the non negotiable, mandatory, no contact, and transparency. If there's any hope for reconciliation, this is the first most important, critical, and non negotiable test of the unfaithful partner's sincerity. The unfaithful spouse must immediately, totally, and permanently cut off all communications with the third party. Zero digital and physical contact. The affair must be ended decisively. This means blocking them on every platform and immediately executing a thorough digital hygiene protocol, resetting all passwords, deleting all apps used for the affair, and deleting any shared cloud storage or decoy emails. Any attempts to request closure is a symptom of affair fog and emotional addiction. The unfaithful partner must sit with the discomfort of withdrawal. If the affair partner is a coworker, the cheating spouse must immediately seek a job change, transfer, or shift change. Their commitment to your healing must outweigh the convenience of their career path. Ambiguity equals continued betrayal. For the duration of this crisis management period, the unfaithful partner must commit to radical transparency as a condition of continued discussion. Open access. They must willingly provide unfettered access to their phone, location tracking, and email. Trust is broken. Transparency is the necessary temporary replacement for safety. They must answer all your questions, the timeline, the expenditure, the why, fully and truthfully without minimizing the severity of attempting to blame you for the affair. This segment is the exploring paths forward, reconciliation versus separation. After the initial 90-day stabilization, you will be in a clearer mental state to begin charting your future. Do not feel rushed. You are in absolute control of the timeline. Reconciliation is the hardest path, requiring the unfaithful partner to do vast majority of the work. Mandatory therapeutic requirements. This is a non-negotiable and requires a three-pronged approach. First is the individual trauma therapy from, to the betrayed partner to process the PTSD symptoms and rebuild a self-worth. Two would be the individual accountability therapy, unfaithful partner, to understand the root cause of their decision and develop deep empathetic remorse, not just regret for being caught. And finally, couples therapy to rebuild the foundation, safety, and communication patterns. Trust is rebuilt in small, consistent acts of honesty over 2 to 5 years. The unfaithful partner must demonstrate sustained, boring, rock solid reliability. If your partner refuses transparency, continues to minimize their actions, or if you simply cannot live with the trauma, separation is the only safe option. Some of the legal resources would be consult with a family attorney immediately and discreetly. Understand your rights regarding asset division, alimony, and custody. Get a formal professional assessment of your legal position. And financial securitization. Act decisively. Open a separate bank account in your name only. Change passwords to all joints and personal accounts immediately. Gather all critical financial documents, tax returns, investment accounts, mortgage statements, titles, and move copies to a secure offsite location. This protects you from financial sabotage during the divorce process. This segment is the conclusion, reclaiming your narrative. Let's conclude with the ultimate truth. Infidelity is a choice and a breach of trust, and you are not responsible for your spouse's decision to cheat. You may look back and see flaws in the relationship, but those flaws, lack of sex, bad communication, stress, do not give permission for deceit. Your partner chose to violate the sacred trust you both established. Your focus now must be on reclaiming your power. You are not defined by the betrayal. You are not broken. You are injured, but your capacity for love, trust, and happiness is intact. You deserve honesty. You deserve a partner who respects your safety and your future. Whether you choose to heal together or move forward alone, the acute pain of discovery is temporary. The strength you have shown by facing this truth is permanent. Focus on moving forward one day at a time. The silent language of betrayal is loud, but the silent language of healing is louder. Thank you for listening to this show. Till next time. Throughout this series, we cover many difficult steps, the emotional toll of the suspicion, the need to gather complex evidence, and the stress of planning a confrontation. We understand that this is immensely difficult, and many people simply cannot handle the planning, surveillance, and evidence collection themselves. If you're listening to this and realize you need professional assistance, whether it's strategic planning for a safe confrontation, discreet surveillance, legally admissible evidence gathering, or logistical support in setting up separation boundaries. My team at Warstone Detective Agency is here to assist. Our business is helping people like you find the truth, navigate the confrontation safely, and ensure the evidence gathered is secure and legally sound. We are the people who deal with these issues all the time, ensuring your safety and the integrity of the evidence. You don't have to plan this investigation yourself or enforce these difficult boundaries alone. To learn more about how we can assist you with your investigation, simply go online and Google Warstone Detective Agency. You will find all the necessary information to contact us. Have a good day, and we'll see you till next show.